Now let's talk about what we know about the past. What all the facts and the truth do we actually know about our history and past? So we know that in the past the early man, he was not developed in so many ways. So there are several of things that could be found from our past, that how the men used to live, how the people in the ancient times they used to live, what kind of clothes they used to wear, what kind of things they used to eat. So we have found that the early man was hunters or gatherers. They did not have a proper civilization, they did not have the shops that they would go to and they would buy food in exchange of money. What they survived on was everything that they were getting from natural resources. For example, fish, animals, fruits from the forest, etc. What kind of clothes did they used to wear? Today we have different kind of styles. We can wear blazers, we can wear shirt, dresses, skirts, etc. Isn't it? But at that time there were no boutiques, there were no tailors who would make their clothes. Isn't it? So what kind of clothes did they used to wear? As you can see in the image, and we have this perception that the early man, he used to wear clothes made up of leaves or any forest produce that he or she could get and accumulate. For example, the skin of animals, leaves, shrubs, etc. The houses. Now the next thing for survival is that we should have a roof at our head. So houses, what kind of houses did they used to make? We have brick walls today. We have houses made from concrete, stone and bricks, which are very strong and they can survive any natural calamity as well. But what about the early and ancient humans? How did they found their houses? So there were no bricks, concrete or any artificial material, isn't it? They were supported by the natural resources such as caves, shreds, etc., under which they used to live, and these became the early houses for the ancient humans. The next thing that gives us a proof is what kind of activities did the early humans involve themselves into. Were they priests? Were they scientists, musicians, artists, craftspersons, teachers, students? What were they? What kind of activity or profession they used to practice? So, of course, science developed later on, music developed later on. These technical professions developed gradually. But in the ancient time, the humans, they were not trained in these specializations and professions. Therefore, they practiced their day-to-day activities in terms of hunters and gatherers. Now, hunters and gatherers are people who move from one place to another in order to actually find resources to feed themselves and to make a livelihood for them. We can also find out about the games that children used to play in the stories they have heard and the play they saw and the songs that they sung, because these are some folklores which have been coming on and passing on from one generation to another.